Hang on, it's going to yell at you.
Recording is on.
Okay. I want to get into this, so give me just a couple of seconds. You're going to see me just stare off into nothing.
Okay.
Hold on. No, this doesn't feel like cousin. This feels like a sister. I know it is a cousin, but like this is like because she comes up and she's like, hey,
Yes.
how are you? Like, like very, very sweet. That's how she introduces herself to you. She's like, how are you? How are you? I'm fine, like that. I'm like, okay. Hang on. I think I'm doing. She does this whole like hand on her hip thing. I think I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm like, hold on. I'm asking her about passing. We're just getting ready to because she's chatty Kathy. Hang on. She is all the way. Wait. She's like worried about her kids. She's worried about her kids. So she's like, are they okay? Like the kids are okay. Like, you tell them this, like all in it. Hold on. Well, she have daughters as well.
She had a stepdaughter, yes.
Perfect. Okay. Because she's like having these boys and then she's talking about the daughter, like separating it out. And I'm like, okay, hang on. She's talking about like all hell, like I don't even really know what happened type of vibe about this. And I'm like, okay. And then she's talking about, hold on. She's talking about terrible. It was terrible, but we smiled through it all. I don't know what that. Oh, you're still with me. I can't see you. Your camera's off. There you go. Now you're back. Hang on. Why could nobody get to her? Why could nobody say bye?
Because she was in another state.
Okay. I'm asking her. She's like, she's reaching out with such franticness, like, oh my god, tell them all. And you can tell that they didn't say bye. Like that's the only reason why. So there wasn't that closure. So everybody else has that feeling of, you know, that type of thing. Hang on. I didn't mean to. That's what she says. Well, what do you mean? What do you didn't mean to? Hang on. She's such a chatty Cathy though. So like I don't know what this whole like blaming herself with this is. Like she says, I didn't mean to, but yet at the same time, it's like, oh, I did it. Or like, oh, it was my fault. Like, oh, I did it, you know, but I didn't mean to. Like this whole like back and forth thing. Hang on. She's just like the lights went out, fast asleep, done. Boom.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah. What happened with her?
Her heart exploded. She had really bad lungs, and she wouldn't quit smoking. They told her that she had to quit smoking, and she actually did. And from what they said, I wasn't there, but they said that the day she died, she smoked that morning.
No.
And then she started having a coughing fit, and then she just died.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was 51.
She's cute. No wonder she's talking about. She's like, because she's like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened, right? But then she's like, oh, I did it. So she's already putting, but it's not suicide because she's way too happy. Not at all.
Suicidal.
Nothing one bit. That's why I was like, what happened? That she's like out, gone. Hang on. She's like, I wish it would have been. Did they cremate her?
Yes. Yeah.
This is a strain of thought that went along with that. She says, oh, I wish we could have like celebrated me a little bit more. She's like, oh, but you know that COVID stuff. She's like, but now I'm like, now I'm just an ashes, you know? And I was like, oh, okay. It's this whole chain. Did she? Nobody knows if I want to be spread. So they just have her?
Yeah, we have her. Her son's in prison, and we're waiting for him to get out, and we're going to I've already bought the vials, so we could each have part of her with us, and then he's going to decide where he wants to spread her.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
She's she told me that. Oh my god, that's so funny. Not that I mean that's good that you're doing this, but just how quickly she says it is just mind-boggling. She's like, oh, I'm here right now. I'm like an ornament, right? And then she's talking about everybody taking a part of me, and then she's talking about, oh, but I haven't been spread yet. Like we still need to spread it. And I was like, that was all in one
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah.
She's like, well, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not there. I'm here. I'm here. I'm not there. You understand? I'm not there. I'm like, I know. She says, the scariest thing is that nobody was able to hold my hand. I said, I know. She said, I just woke up and I was like, what happened? Hang on. Dreadful place to die. Hang on. She was I guess she had her own apartment or something like that.
She had her own home.
Home. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I'm asking her where she died, and she shows me like bed, living room, kitchen. I'm like, okay, so it's at home.
Yeah, it was a really small house, but it was hers.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. I thought I did well. I thought I did well. She's talking about being nervous about. This is so random. She's talking about that, and they will, but I get it. She's talking about how Jesus came to get her.
Really? That's amazing. Wow, that's amazing. Because she told me because
She's
she
worried
kept
about
going.
it.
I wasn't worried about it. She was going back and forth to the doctor at the hospital because she was so sick. But they told her she didn't smoke, that she could prolong her life. Not a
Yeah,
lot, a year or two.
yeah.
But she told me that she had made her peace with God and that she knew where she was going when she got ready to go.
No way! Oh my
Yeah.
god! They
Yes.
don't.
Praise
Okay,
you, Lord. Thank you.
legit. Okay, that's why. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's why I'm glowing right now. Like you'll see the whole. She goes. I wasn't worried. I was there, and she's talking about freaking out, and then she goes, "But Jesus came to get me," and I'm like, That is a thing. It does happen. It does happen. Oh my god. But she's light, she's airy, she's glowing. I mean, in every sense of the way, this is like a heavenly experience. I can't tell you. I do this hundreds of these, right? And this is just very, very light. She talking about like who lost a child.
Well, I did. I lost a baby in
Perfect.
1998.
Was
But
it a
still
male?
pregnant though. Well, I don't know. It was an early pregnancy. They couldn't really tell.
Okay.
But
Okay. Cool.
who
No. It's a baby. It's a baby. That's totally
okay.
another thing. But it would be a boy because
It was a boy.
yeah, because she goes like this. She goes, and I have him, and does this, and so it's directed at you. And so it's like,
Her son's baby died. He was a boy.
was he
He
really?
died. Yes, yes. His
Yes.
name was Edward. They named him John Edward. Yes, he was born, but he wasn't viable. He was born at like 5 months.
No way, really?
Yeah, and she's got him. Wow, wow.
Because she goes like
Now
this.
I assume that's who it is.
Please, yeah, because she grabs this
Um.
It's baby. It's not a child. It's a baby, and she goes, I have him.
Oh.
Like
Mhm.
good. He's
Probably
good.
that's the only one I could think of. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
you got to tell the parents. You got to tell the parents. Wait, are the parents split up of that one or something like
Yes.
that? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Because she's talking about you got to tell the parents. You got to tell the parents, and then she makes in my head. She goes, "Oh, but you got to go two separate ways." That's why I'm like, okay, so they're split up. She says, "Best thing I ever found here." There's also God, y'all. Everybody has like labs or something like that, or big ass dogs. Somebody's talking about. Sorry, you just see it's like a whole family. Now I'm letting everybody come in at this point. That's what's
Okay.
happening right now, and. Sweet talking about you. She's talking about you. It's the sweetest thing ever, talking about you and your heart. Says, she says she'll give the shirt off her back, but you also have to make her put it back on. So it's like you'll give too much of yourself. And she's talking about handing it back and say, put that back on. You stop it. Like that
Yes.
thing.
She always told me that I always did too much for too many people.
Oh yeah. She's still telling you that. She says, It's almost like you feel sad for her, like not having more, but she's happy with where she was at. She's okay. She's okay. She's talking about, I was glad to get out of this body. She's talking about no more pain. I guess she had a lot of burning too. No more
Mm-hmm.
pain. Hair any way you want it. She's talking about hair. She's talking about, we're supposed to be old ladies together. She wanted to be an old lady with you together. Y'all
Yeah.
were. Well, now I'm guessing, are both of her parents are gone, or who's mama and daddy?
She's got her mom and dad are both in heaven, or with her, or in heaven.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. She's like, she goes, mama and daddy are with me, like that. I was like, all right, so both of them are gone. Cool. Best years are yet to come. I am, wait, what?
She's talking about mine.
Oh, we're gonna get into you too. Yeah, hold on. We'll figure that out. Hang on.
Okay.
Hold on. Give me one second. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one is who. Did you help take care of your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as much as I should have. We had a strained relationship, but
Pause. Hold on. We'll get. So she's making this person, this woman, is making me feel like you assisted with her or helped with her, but it was almost like it was like walking on eggshells, or it was like it wasn't taken in appreciation of it, like what you did. It wasn't appreciated, and it was almost, she turns herself into like a little bit of a witch, and I'm like, you're not a witch, but like just showing that is like that thing. She says she couldn't do anything, nothing. Did she mm, did she pass, did the mom pass in like her early 70s?
earlier she was in her late 50s.
Perfect. Okay. I'm like, she is not. I go off my father's age, who's 86, and he's already dead, but like, he's like bringing him down. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Why does he shake a lot?
She's always she had cancer, and she was on breathing machines, and the breathing medicine would make her shake all the time, and she had COPD and emphysema, and
Oh my
yeah.
God. Okay. Yeah. Cause she's sitting there and I'm talking to her and everything's very weak. And she's like,
Well, she
that.
hasn't gotten any stronger in heaven. She's not any
We're getting
stronger
there.
there.
Hold on. She is. She'll be stronger. I think she's just showing me how she passed and what happened first.
Okay.
Makes me feel like, are you the oldest daughter?
I'm the only daughter.
Perfect. Okay. Because she goes and she takes you and she puts you up and she's like trying to tell me, she's very symbology person right now. And she's talking about how she should have been more appreciative, how she looked up to you, how like you were the one that like took everything on your shoulders, like all the way through. For me, she makes me feel like my mom, which my mother is an only daughter as well, but like the oldest of 3 other boys. And she's talking about how Mama, I was the only one that, you are the only one like there truly around for her.
My brothers were there. Yeah, well,
You're the only one taking care of her. The other ones are there.
I live closest to her, and I would, I'd help her out financially and stuff, things like that. Yeah.
Well, she's putting the biggest hat on you, and so
Wow.
I
never knew she saw me that way. I never knew she saw me that way.
Well, she does now. It's hindsight is 2020, and they see everything. This is part of the cousin is talking about. Debbie's talking about. I did that. I'm like, okay, like talking about bringing y'all together. I'm like, I know. Thank you, Debbie. She's like, I found this old lady here. I'll get you fixed up, right? She's come on, Mama, you need to tell her. Wait, what? There's Mom. There's Mom's voice. She says, I'm sorry for what I did to you. I don't know what she did to you. And then she's talking about, is it? And like, I'm sorry for what I did to you. Just like that. And She's talking about not appreciating you enough. She's talking about that. She's talking about I guess cut you out of a lot of things or something like that. She's showing me scissors, like cut you out of it. She says, I was not a nice woman back then. She didn't know how to love. She said, I loved her,
I
but I
know
didn't
she
know.
did.
She said, I loved her, but I didn't know how to love. Okay. Did daddy passed away before her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because she says, when your father died, that. I said, okay. She said, what was I left to do? She almost feels like she's destitute because daddy dies or something like that. She like, and she really held on to him.
Yeah.
Because she's making me seem like when he passes, like everything crumbles and we go into this dark space and like, oh my God, like she's just this. Never do drugs when you're a medium because you have enough psychedelic trips on your own. She's talking about like, oh dad, here we go. Hang on.
Is Dad there?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a lovely feeling, much different. Dad is talking about like daddy's girl and you. This is wonderful. He is so sweet. Hang on. How are you? Like after he passed, there was this whole dark period. Like you didn't feel close to really anybody anymore. Like, and it's like that was your BFF. And he keeps putting you as like this younger girl. He's putting you as like 12 to like 15. Like that's how old you are. And he absolutely adores you. He says, man, working man, I was a working man. He said, atrocities that like the brothers and the mom put you through. I don't know what's going on with that. He's just like he's talking about how like made you stronger though and prepped you for where you are now and like how you can be a leader and have this compassion for other people. But he didn't particularly like it. He said, how old was dad when he passed?
He was 56.
Oh no, really? Oh my God, no wonder. He's talking about you did. I'm proud of what you did. I'm proud of what you did. You're gonna lose me, sweetie. Dad, did you not say bye to dad? Yeah.
And he died in a freak accident at work.
Really? Okay. Because he's like, I'm sorry I didn't get to say bye to you, kiddo, like that. And I was just like, it's like, okay. Did he get like crushed or something?
Yeah. How did you know that?
Because he showed me. He showed me this. He showed me standing up, and then he showed me a box like that. That was my sign. And so I'm like, he got crushed, like how it disappears. And
Yeah.
did he? What was he? I mean, obviously I know because he shows me, but like, what happened? Like, what was actually happened to?
He was a record driver for hauling 18-wheelers, and he was unhooking one of the 18-wheelers, and it rolled back on Christian between the two vehicles. They said his arms were broken because he was trying to push it off.
I've only been crushed one other time in passing, like talking about this, and it wasn't that symbol. So he did a very good job. Literally, it looked like a container box, like out of the shipping container. That's why I'm like, oh my God.
It was a huge, like the truck trailer. Yeah, it was
Legit.
the trailer.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God. I'm sorry. He is so, if you watch, when you rewatch this, you'll see the demeanor, you'll see the face, you'll see the vibe change. And that's when they come in and it makes you feel a whole different way. Hold on. He just shows you as a little girl all the time. That's his thing. He shows you as a little girl, and he keeps doing like the quintessential, like pick you up, put you on like the shoulder thing, like all that stuff. Like that's what he's doing. And he's like, never forget you were my favorite. Never forget you were my favorite. That's what he says. Never forget you're my favorite. He says, okay, do you not look at like tractor trailers the same anymore or something like that?
No.
He says, he
No.
goes, she doesn't go looking tractor trailers the same anymore, you know? I was like, I can see that. He says, did you name a kid after him?
No. No, I did not. Both of mine are adopted.
Okay. There's
But
some
it was my idea though to name my niece after him. She's got his middle name.
oh,
His
okay,
name.
there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from, but he's showing me like lineage, like his name, and then he's giving you a like a salute for it. I'm like, all right, so he not perfect. He's talking about my. I have your old mom. I have your old mom. Don't you need to worry about her? You don't need to worry about her. Says he doesn't wish he didn't want her he didn't want to see her pass like that, but he was one of the first ones to come and get her too. Like that was kind of like made her heart whole.
Uh,
And I don't even think that she was scared. I don't even think that he was scared because he passed. I
it
mean,
was pretty quick.
pretty
Do
darn
they
quick.
forget the fear even if they're scared right before they die? Do they forget the fear as soon as they die?
They you don't they'll walk you through it, but it's not a part of their being. It would be almost the same as when you go through the living room when you stub your toe on the coffee table, right? You can relive it, what happened to it during it and the pain, but you're not struck in awe by it, right? It's just more of like a passing thing, like shit, I tripped over the cat, damn it, That's kind of how passing is now to them. They talk more about the feelings around other people than that. I mean, they'll take you through it, like with him, with right, very quick. And hold on, but no, he wasn't afraid. Hold on. Oh, I've never heard bones crack in my head. That was absolutely terrible. Like,
Oh,
oh, that was terrible. Sorry. It's like this whole thing. So we were very, very, and a lot of, but it was very quick. It was quick, but like they slow down that moment for you,
yeah,
and you're like, he loves you though. Do you still have his shirts or his work shirts or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Cool. Because he's talking about taking him out like this. And like watching him, putting him back and stuff like that. He's all with you. So daddy's with you. Don't worry about it. Mom is there. She's getting stronger, but I think it's because she almost had like a little bit of a negative attitude, but she's getting better too. They are in heaven. They're redoing it. Dad's guiding her. Debbie is perfect. Debbie's a fucking angel. If you need somebody to just help make you happy, call on Debbie. Dad's been the one that's been guiding you for this portion of
Do
your
they
life.
have any guidance for me for what
Yeah.
I'm facing right now?
Let me see. Let me see. Hang on.
And I'm so glad I got to hear from them. And Debbie's always talking to me. She's always in my dreams. Makes me do things.
Yeah.
She made me write letters to her son, and she just won't leave me alone till I
Yeah.
finally do what she tells me to do. I know
Yeah.
she's there. I
Oh
wish I
yeah.
could hug her, but I know she's there.
I know. No, she is. She's a chatty Cathy. She's a chatty Cathy.
Mhm.
And dad's a presence. Dad came up like
Yeah. Yeah.
so he's good. With who is somebody like chronically ill or sick or something like that right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
yeah, my husband, but soon to be
Okay.
ex-husband. Yeah, he left me.
Okay. Okay. There's something going on with that and it doesn't feel great. So it feels thicker. Are we like terminal or something like that with this?
His vascular dementia is progressive.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because death is near. Um, it's not like near like weeks. It's near like when I start to feel source come through and they start talking about that, they give me this one symbol and you feel other people show up and just like, hey, they're hanging out in your house, like that type of thing. That means it's usually within like the next 6 to 8 months. Like that's the thing. So, and like even I would say for this one, maybe it's also because he added on top of possible divorce. That's also why. So we're trying to do this. I don't see this over 2 years though.
You
I
think it's
don't.
him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been he was diagnosed 2017, so that's about right. It's usually about how long it lasts. So
Really?
they I'm struggling with it
Yeah.
with him because he June 22nd he all of a sudden decided he didn't love me anymore. I think that part of his brain died and he moved out. And
Yeah.
I'm struggling bad. I need Debbie.
I know. I
I need
know.
guidance. I need comfort. I need
So I
answers.
want
I don't know what the hell to do.
I know. So with that, keep the marriage, wait till that ends because it's not going to be long. And I feel like in this thing, just like you did with mom, you have these wonderful people around you, including dad, which is great. And I think what you need to do is love him from afar. We can't fault because with the brain and what's going through there. I can tell you when he passes that he loves you and that when he comes back, he'll come back tenfold and literally apologize for it. There's a lot of people that go in comas or they get put in accidents and they come back and you can tell when their brain is not fully there. When we're at the end stages of dementia, I've read people and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I was an asshole. Like, I apologize for doing, like, they don't fault them for what the body is doing. Okay. Because that's not their soul. But we need to make you happier and healthier and just stay around. Just stay around. You don't have to get a divorce fully. You can just stay there.
It'll
Be
be
a
final any day now because he threatened to try to fight me for the kids in the house if I fought him. So I just
great.
let it happen. Yeah, I mean he got real resentful. I believe he got caregivers resentment
Mm-hmm.
really bad, and then
Oh yeah.
he got
He became a cut bucket. So there's a couple of things I want you to do. I want you to just it's hard to remake ourselves. It's hard to start over again. I know I've done it twice.
it's been
And
25 years.
see, yeah,
Mhm.
with them, just take every day by day. Now I can tell you coming from dad and coming from Debbie, this too shall pass. It doesn't feel like a thing of like, oh, we need to go fight him. It's not a thing of like, oh, we need to go get a lawyer or anything like that. It's like just hold your own, find what makes you happy, and then know that in the end that you're probably gonna be also stepping back into his life at the end of care and helping him out then. And then at that point things will come back around and it will kind of close that wound in that gap. Okay. So just stay close but far away and just know from what it feels like right now is like here's this divorce thing, here's final, right? So y'all are splitting apart. He's going to gradually get worse, it's going to go downhill. Nobody else is going to really try to take care of him or be able to, and then here you come back in because people are asking to do it and you do it out of the kindness of your heart. So you come back and you start taking care of and helping for this end of life care, and then at that point you see the point of where he's at, where this disease is taken. There's pity on your side, there's forgiveness on his side, then it works its way out. But just wait. Okay.
Just take the good and the bad, take the tears and the laughter, right?
Absolutely correct. Well, and another thing, when we get off here real quick, I want you to send me an email with
Mhm.
your date of birth and location and his date of birth and location. And I'm going to do y'all's charts and I'm going to see what is the best way to like appease both sides, what to make you happy, where you should go, all of that stuff, and like what you resonate with. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Send me that. I will do that. Send me that tonight. I'll do that in the morning when I have coffee because I have another session right now. And then I'll email
Okay.
it to you in the morning. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Hug my family for me.
I will. You hug them
Okay.
too. They love you. And what I want you to do right now, before you go out into the world, I want you to take a couple of minutes where you're at and I want you to either have a good breather or a good cry.
Okay.
Okay. Number three, the next thing after that is tonight, before you go to bed, when you get about 5 minutes, tell them all thank you. Tell them all
Mhm.
that you love them because they come forward and give us energy and you have to give some of yours back. And
Yeah.
if you need something, when you need something, when you feel like you are at a loss and at the end of your rope, give that worry to them, let them know, and then watch what cool things happen out of it. But let it go.
Okay. Real quick, what's the difference between talking to them and talking to God? I mean, I believe in both.
It's the
So
same. So God is like the overlay over everybody else. So it's like the tip of the pyramid. They're underneath the pyramid. What I like to do is I like to talk to both. So I always say, my dad, my grandmother, my mom, I'm like, you're here. I love you. Be with me on here. And I'm like, God, if you can please watch out over and make sure, then that, and just address it. I always like to do, like a 20 or 30-minute prayer, and I go to every single one of them.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
you do
Okay.
it. And then if you have any questions, email me or get on. Another good thing for what you're going through, go on my website, and on the
Mm.
top right hand side, it says let's chat. And there's a thing up there. It's a Discord. It's free. And I have about 250 people on here, and they're all like your age, my age, everything like that. And we've all gone through similar situations, and we're all dealing with our own walk through spirit, Christ, God, and love. And so
Mm-hmm.
if you want to, it's a safe space to open and talk about it. And by all means, I'm on there all the time too. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Anytime. I love you, Catherine.
I love you too. Bye bye.